we rolling? We're rolling, we're rolling, we're rolling. Hey! Oh my God, guys, it's been close to a month without me doing these random thoughts. Now, I know you're going to complain. Most of you have been coming to my DMs and asking, oh, Tina. I'm like, you know me. I want to. Okay, I'm a woody jenga manjinga opinion imperative. Then I can come here. I can't keep jumping on this ish every time. The stories in this country keep switching up on you. 1 minute it's like this, next minute it's like that. So, without further ado, my name is Tina Fierce One, and don't forget this episode is proudly sponsored and brought to you by none other than Nutri-Cologne Cleanser. Yes, all the info you need about them is all up on your screen right now. And in case you want to reach out to them, you can always just hit us up at www.nutricolognecleanser.com. And of course, not forgetting our other proud sponsor, who is Nita's Avenue. If you're a lady, even a man, and you love genuine good cosmetic products from the UK and the USA, they are your people. That is www.nitasavenue.com. Reach out to them in case you need anything from there. Now, that said, welcome to this My Random Thoughts. Well, okay, I don't even know where to start from because so much has happened, like I told you. So, let me start off with something that I know is at the tip of your tongues for now. Y'all saw Bebe Cool come on national television. I know it's a minute, but you know me, I'm going to go through all this ish. I didn't speak on it. So Bebe Cool goes on national television, and they were doing an interview, and the question and the conversation was around artists getting back to work and all of that stuff. You know him, he's been up to his same old self. He goes ahead, he even insinuates that the government thinks that they're stupid and then ends up calling him and his fellow musicians stupid. I'm like, what gives, Bebe Cool? What gives? You see, what is so funny for me is that now, all of a sudden, these artists, all of a sudden, they have a voice. Beautiful. Anyway, as that was going on, it happened. We made noise about it on social media, laughed, blah, blah, blah. Then, 101 Juicy, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Facebook. It was Balam, Bajo, and a bunch of promoters. And the conversation was going around again. Tetukola, tetulina chakulia, tuli bubi. There was a fake fight between Bajo and Balam. I'm like, abantu. Like, I need to say that in Runyankore for some reason. I feel like that will make more sense. Like, if I was from another country and I wanted to just go online and see what happens in Uganda, if that's the BS I'm going to find on the... Apparently they wanted to go meet Saleh. Nabo bali banonya Saleh sitacho Ibra. Bali bagala sente za Saleh. Na yeba na mwami Saleh. Please explain to us. Sente zonga zibona abo. Sente za Saleh zinzijukizanga sente za semwanga ziyasulanga mu career ya Zari. Abelanga asula muchinya. Tozikeyo. Tubachali awo. Now the most recent scenario that happened is apparently Cindy and the top executives of the Uganda Musicians Association were invited by the same person, yes, Major General Saleh, to have a conversation. I don't know about what. So what was the conversation about? Kugula wa mabara, kubakiriza kuba bifulu, kuba wa stimulus package, we never really know. We just never know. Anyway, they go there. As soon as they show up, guess what? In the same compound, mbunga muli muba artists abalala bali wano gulu bantu bange gulu. Hey, yosaga. Enjale kuluma obwongo ne bugana okukola n'okwata sente za transport n'oziteeka mu mmotoka ekutwala eggulu okusaba obuyambi. Wow. There is no difference from someone telling you I want chips and you're like, okay. I have a bag of chips. You know, and in sawo yobu monde, mpo in sawo yobu monde, nkuwe sawani ya chips. That is the whole scene for me. I'm like, okay. So Cindy, when this all happened, they walk in, they see these other artists there. So Cindy apparently and her clique of Fina Mugerwaba, Agudewaba, Tudewabo, mbu they met. Next thing I know, emi gone jivuka. Ba kubyeba artists emi gegu. I swear, if I ever join a profession that is as disrespected as a Ugandan artist, I will know I have failed myself in life. I have. Woo! Baba kubye migo. And what's so funny is when Cindy was asked to talk about it, she actually found it comical. She had a smile on her face. She's like, hey, migo nijabiko. Now the artists claim that the whole Okubako Visiza military and all of that was because Cindy and her group batowa order ne bagamba omunene sabula bigu never sabula. I'm like, wow. How? Another thing, I didn't know Cindy was the new president for the musicians. Let me ask. So when they vote these people in, what do they do? How do they help these artists? Waiki Benda yale kulira. Cindy Nachidia. Waiki Benda was the president while these artists were going through this whole lockdown, had nothing to eat. Most of them were selling themselves for cheap. He didn't do shit for them. So they bring in shit. They bring in Cindy. What's the purpose? What do these people do? Like when they appoint them, are they the ones who decide the copyright situation? Are they the ones who decide where we should have concerts, what time we should have concerts? Are they I need to understand their role. So that in Sobolo Basabula Bulunji, because according to me, I see nothing. Anyway, so the artists are there. Bali bajolonga katibaka ba. Bamazane ba ulirambu. Bali bubi. Let me ask you, artists. We care why? These artists keep telling us, Mugulewe bivulu, we want to work. Ask yourself, do Ugandans want to see you work? We have gone a year without your work, without your concerts. We have thrived, we are happy. But anyway, that's just me being bad. I'm just saying, dear artists, now is when you feel you can come out and say something. Like in the corridors and offices, because it's just so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. You come out and you say that the reason why these artists are complaining is that they don't have money. They have not been working. Then you go meet Major General Salim Saleh. I do not know. Is it the guy in charge of arts and sciences and arts and crafts in Uganda? What will you agenda was Saleh? How do you finna keep giving people money that is not going to bring back anything? That's the thing I don't understand about these stimulus packages. Are you going to keep hand feeding these people? Because say they give you stimulus now, you're going to use it. Oli muyimbi bakuwadde akasente kati kangambe sala akuwadde ka envelope. Aka kasente ogenda kakozesa tekagenda nakola kingi. Ogenda kumalodeyo. After how long? You'll go back and you're like, Mwami Saleh zitize watu wazagwayo. Mwabuno busiruchi. Busiruchi buno. COVID showed everybody that you can be enterprising enough. COVID showed everybody that what you knew is not what you need. So you need to think it through. If you're an artist and you can clearly see they are not going to ease up on the SOPs and you're not going to be working, you have had a goddamn year to think about a plan B in your dumb life. Oba kutunda nyanya, oba kutunda baluni ku street, oba kuyimba ku birthday undercover. Whichever way it is. We cannot be this far into the pandemic with people still crying tetwina chakulia kati for muntu wa wansa tugambechi. There are mothers who haven't been working and they are the sole providers. There are mothers who haven't been working during this pandemic and they had kids who had to go back to school. Hey. And they were candidates and they had to provide. And those mothers made it happen. Then you, an artist who has some fame, who has talent, I believe talent is the one thing that can pay easy. You're here crying. You're crying. Bagenda kugula we bivulu. Mukwano. Chote muche sungira konyo, dear artists. Because even if they allow these concerts back, how many people you think are really comfortable enough to be in a petri dish of the Rona? Because going to a concert during a pandemic is like sitting in a petri dish of Corona and you're like, let's swing. There's still a bloody pandemic and you'll come down and look for other ways and other things to do. I would not expect these artists to be out here asking for handouts. I would expect these artists and their association to be right now sitting down to discuss. They're like, okay, can we do these virtual concerts and charge? Can we do this and this and charge and still keep in mind that there's a pandemic? Can we still be creative artists without having to be physical artists? Ice. You don't want to evolve. You don't want to think of new ways. You're just coming out here to keep shouting when you don't have what to eat. Like I'm going to keep bringing these things like mpola mpola. So y'all remember, because I last did an episode I think 3 weeks ago. So you remember the last time we talked about the noob situation was Bobby Wine had put the court back to us in the people. That is where we were. And then the next time after, I think 2 days after that video of mine dropped, we noticed Bobby Wine and a couple of his comrades go down to town to protest the, the whatever is happening in the country, with the police brutality, the people that are being kidnapped, because we can't continuously say that it is not kidnapping if people don't know where they are and you cannot account for them, the missing people and the abducted people. Yeah, his protest lasted not more than how many minutes were they? Ibrahim, how many minutes were they? They were 30? In 30 minutes, they had put that shit together. Dang, the military is getting slick for me. 30 minutes? God damn, he should have seen that. And you know what's annoying now? I miss the old Bobby Wine. The street Bobby Wine. The Bobby Wine who would just jump on a tuk-tuk very fast in the I miss that street smart guy. The same guy who would jump from alleys like I miss that guy. But that guy ain't coming back because now he's officially a Democrat. He's he's officially a politician. Now we can honestly say he's a politician. So he's not going to be doing so many things. Anyway, his protest, it lasted 30 minutes. My conversation about it though was this. I was talking to a couple of my buddies and we were like, so Bobby bazemne ba musiba. I'm like, yep. Again. So what did he do this time? I'm like, well, he was just trying to protest for his peoples and all of that. Okay. You cannot give freedom to a man who doesn't even know his own freedom. I can't give you what you don't know. No, I can give you what you don't know. But how am I going to give it to you if you're not willing to hear it or take it? That's the thing with my country. When someone says, in this country, this is how it goes. Say, OTT. You all remember the OTT conversation, right? When the OTT conversation came up, half of Uganda was mad. And when I say half of Uganda, I mean Kampala. Because we're the ones who are using this OTT. We are the ones who are paying the biggest taxes. Don't forget, 14% of the population is what pays the taxes in this country. 14, not 40. 14%. So all these taxes that they're bringing up, all these bills that are going to be turned into taxations and all of that, it's just 14% of the population that is footing them. When the OTT tax came, we were all enraged. We're like, look here, we're already spending way too much on just buying data. And the conversation went around, no, we need to protest this. We can't have this. We don't need this. I remember APAS, Raymond Mujuni, Bobby Wine was among them. They took to the streets, Salvador's too. What pisses me off though, is Ugandans will never stand true to what they want. They were there for one day and not a soul came back after they arrested 3 of them. Not a soul, not a conversation, nothing. So, even, all I'm saying is, if this is just a word to Bobby Wine, I do understand that this whole struggle that you're in or that the country is in for you and, because that's the ideology. You feel this is wrong. I think it's about time you sat down with your people and we change strategies. Don't y'all think we need to do that? I mean, if you feel like we're not getting anywhere, I think it's about time you change strategies, because there's an old adage that goes, stupidity is doing the same thing twice and expecting a different result each time you do it. So, protests have not helped. Social media videos and all these things happening have not helped. Things are still going on. Question is, so what next? That's my question. Because I feel like every time he tries to come out and he tells Ugandans, my fellow Ugandans, right? Okamanyinga bwe katandika. My fellow Ugandans, and then we are all seated. We are like, yes, we are here. Your fellow Ugandans, we have arrived. We are here. Baby, bye. And then he gives us the rundown, and then he tells us what's finna happen. Those of us who believe in the ideology. And then you wait for action. Zero. Right. I'm just saying we have 5 new years of a new president. We better embrace that shit. We better embrace it. Because, fam, if this is, oof, I expected fire after the elections. Ooh, child, not fire as in literally, I expected legal things, you know, we're contesting this, we're contesting that, we're standing for this is wrong with. Well, here we are with the People's Court. Okay. Anyway, he protested his people. This proud episode was sponsored by Nita's Avenue. For all of you looking for genuine cosmetic products from the UK, from Canada, and from the US of A, it's quite simple. Go down to www.nitasavenue.com. And of course, all the information is on your screen right now. Not forgetting our other sponsor who's been with us forever. Yes, Nutri-Colon Cleanser. For all of you who don't know what Nutri-Colon Cleanser is, well, it's a cleanser for your colon, yes. Yeah, that's what it does. Just visit www.nutricoloncleanser.com and you will actually find all the information you need to know. It's good, it's healthy, it's herbal. You know, check them out and most definitely order yourself a pack. For now, though, as that's still going on with the noob situation, I ain't finna talk on the noob situation that much longer because we all know the story and how the cookie crumbles. But still in that arena. So I wake up on Twitter and there's a hashtag about a Chief Justice. I think her name is Mrs. Mrs. Esther Chisache, isn't it? Oh yeah. Whew. The hashtag was ripe. I'm like, wait, what did I miss? Who did what? I followed the hashtag. Next thing I know is that the justice system in my country is up to some hanky-panky. They are playing footsie. I'm like, hey! So nze sigenda byogera mu technical terms ziri ez'abali balawyer. All I know is that she had a judging to rule and give out. I think all the other justices also knew that she was supposed to give her ruling. And then after they came to a consensus that she would give her ruling, next thing we know is that she comes out to give her ruling and the power is cut off and her files are missing and she's doing press conferences and telling us, my files are missing, I cannot see my assistant, but let me go find them. We are following her like it is the Maury show. I was just like, wow. This country. This country. So I won't even talk about the justice system. I'm not going to talk about the justice system. The people we are going to talk about. Oh, Segirinya. Yes. I am not going to apologize for congratulating him on winning. I will not do that. I will not take it back because the truth of the matter is he won fair and square. The people voted him. That is something we cannot take away from that man. That is something, regardless of all that is happening, we cannot take from that man. He was voted by the people, which means the people wanted that man. Now that I've said that, Jesus, who should we blame first? Sam, who should we blame first in Sagirinya's situation? You think it's the Electoral Commission who should be blamed first? Ibra, who do you think? You also think the Electoral Commission? Well, I'm not going to start. Let me just give you the key players. Here are the key players. There is Sagirinya, the man himself, who knew for a fact that he didn't get that education. Osan, he knew. Then there is Noop as a party, because he's their flag bearer, right? Then there is Electoral Commission as an entity. Naba kwe bali ku list yeno. Ani omulala gwe twera bidde. UNEB. Na UNEB. First of all, if it is true, and according to what we are seeing, it is true, Mans does not have the education. Mans does not have the education. So, I was watching Segirinya on Twitter when the whole conversation started. Ngali ku Twitter tugambe baloza tuli basiru tuli na backup epapula zange nzirina. I'm like, otyo Sajja ina evidence, he has receipts. Day 2, the conversation escalates. He's like, yeah. Now he was not very sure about his papers. On the second day, was like, yeah, nzirina nasoma. Okay. Third day, there was a court situation, a jail situation. Fourth day, we went to take selfies with him at the jail cell. Fifth day, he was like, mwana nange kakati omanyi echali wo chali. I'm like, hey. Cry, my beloved country, cry. When we get somebody we want, we cannot even ascertain if he is right for the job. Now I know the elites are seated somewhere happy. Kuba the last time na bavuma mwena tencha bavuma. All the elites who were like Segiri Nyatachi sana ncha bavuma, but I know right now the elites are seated back happy. Electoral Commission, what is your purpose? Let's take a moment and just ask, what is Electoral Commission's purpose? Because when somebody says they're vying for a place, I think they're supposed to do their due diligence, right? So I think it is, I don't think it is Electoral Commission supposed to vet and verify all this documentation. So how come Electoral Commission missed that beat on verifying his documentation and let the man even go on a ballot paper? Not just that, we held a freaking national election and he was on a ballot paper and we voted. And you, again, Electoral Commission, you declared him a winner. First of all, if this happened on my watch, if I was Biabakama, this is the time I would actually think of resigning. Because it shows that incompetence is deep-rooted, deep-seated. How can you let a man go through an entire campaign? An entire campaign. Put him on a ballot paper, paid by the taxpayer. Let the taxpayer come out and vote him. Declare him a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Then come and tell us, Mpapula tazirina. Well, if Nyokari was a people, next one, nope. I know everyone is telling me Noop has nothing to do with this, but wait. Noop's ideology and what I know they stand for, they want to oppose the particular governance system in this country. They say it is wrong, it is rotten, it is a hierarchy, it is all these wrong things. We've seen it, we've had it, they have said it. So for an entity that is trying to oust this entity that's in right now, I would expect for y'all to do things differently. I would expect for y'all to be the biggest example there ever were. Because you're not going to tell me I'm calling you a clown while I'm wearing my clown suit. You dig what I'm saying? So now we know that apparently, according to you guys, you believe the system in this country is so rotten. If this particular situation had happened in the NRM camp, what do you think Noop guys would be saying now? If this situation was in the NRM camp, 1, Noop would have something to say. 2, NRM would have something to say. 3, nothing would be done. Because they are, you know. So now, Noop, if you say you want to do things different and you want to teach Uganda that there's a different way of governance, that there's a right way to do things, that trustworthy is actually needed, that honesty is a key in good governance, how could you let this man come in on your ticket without verifying if really indeed he is who he says he is? Because I believe Noop's concern is not their flag bearer. Noop's concern is the people. So whatever bad can happen to the people, it is Noop's job to protect the people from it. So even if it means removing Sagirinya because he doesn't have the papers, you were supposed to do that. No, it's just a little bit of honor among thieves. That's what I'd like to say. So that's why I'm asking Noop, how didn't you see this one coming? How didn't you realize it? How did you let us front it? That is you misusing my trust. Because now I'm going to start looking at all the people on your ticket like, because we're just going to keep having re-elections. Nope. Who was the third one? Sagirinya himself. Sagirinya, I don't have words for you, bruv. You had a good rest. If there's a child out there who wasn't inspired, you inspired them. All you did. All you did. So the conversation was like, watch teba musonyiwa. Ngani. Ngani. Nga freedom fighter wani. Abana Uganda bote bamulinako buzibu bamu voting bamuagala. But what they are not going to do is let the constitution be bent again by the same people who are trying to prevent anything happening in any of these institutions like that. So Bamsonyi Wenga, if you don't got the papers, boot him. Is he still in jail? Poor man. I hope the people he used to take for a lot of posho and stuff during their incarceration have also passed by his. That man is loved. And I still have mad respect for him though. Crazy respect, but let's make him an example. Yes, we're crucifying him. Next time anybody come. But wait. Sagirinya can't be an MP, but they managed to make the late Sebagala a mayor. So just looking at that, perhaps there may be a pardon after all. Going on double standards, and how many double standards have we had in this country? Perhaps they will let him sit in that Entebeje alone. Amujukiranga tugamba. Nalonze danechi komu parliament wengendo tula perhaps. Chi Uganda chiwoma. Tuve. Woo! Since we're still politicking and all of them, yo, did you see that whole Tamale Mirundi stuff with his son and some other? Is the guy an army man? Is he? What's he? Is he ISO, SO? I don't know. At this point, we may even have CIA. At this point, we may be thinking people are SO, ISO, ASO. It's the acronyms for me, baby. So, they sent me this video of Tamale Mirundi's son having his jaw wired. And then next thing I know, they tell me that apparently some goons of a prominent, one of them CIA, SOA, SRO, beat him up on grounds of what his dad says or what their ideology is. I don't even know where the beef came up from. Next thing we know, Tamale Mirundi is showing up on national television with a panga. Yo, I want to send shout out to Tamale Mirundi's courts. Mr. Bean. You remember that court Mr. Bean has? That anything comes out of that court, it can have a frying pan, he can have a full course meal, he can have a tent can be in that court. So that's Tamale Mirundi's court. He pulls out a panga on national television. I'm like, He even went ahead and knelt down and started to ask people power guys to deal. I'm asking, sorry, sir. Since when did Noop people become mercenaries that anytime someone needs to be controlled, we have to send Noop people? I just don't get it. Anyway, he made so many threats. He said, agenda kumuto, bagena mutisachi, oba pango, oba nyondo, oba dogoli didi atero tukamba simanyi. But I'd just like to know, and an update. Yamukwata yamuko. Kuba yagamba amumanyi. Tana mukuba. Tana mutta. Tulinze. Bana mtandikenge ebintu nga mugenda bimaliriza. Fe tuba tulinze ebeera movie. It's like a series. You cut us short. Tamale tata. How far with the person that beat your child? How far? Chibuzo. Still in my same country, there is still drama again in the parliament. The parliament of Uganda. So, you know, there's elections, there's re-elections for the Speaker of Parliament. Top position vyings are going for none other than Honorable Right Speaker Alitwala Kadaga and Deputy Speaker Jacob Olanya, not forgetting Semuju Uganda also peppered there somewhere, and are there others? Those are all the ones we know. They are NRM MPs sending fellow NRM MPs messages soliciting for votes for Jacob Olanya because apparently, according to them, Simanya Sek or something decided that after Rebecca Kadaga's term, it would be definitely Jacob Olanya taking the position. Kadaga goes like, hell no, bitch. Hell no. It ain't happening, not on my watch. I'm like, why is all this bickering in parliament? These people are bickering to be the Speaker of Parliament only to do absolutely nothing for us for the next how many years? 5? To do nothing. Absolutely. Oh, man. Anyway, whenever a video, I'm not going to delve into it, but that's happening in your parliament. I know there's always a bunch of nonsense happening there, but on a much sad note, though, our neighbors down in Tanzania actually lost their commander-in-chief. You know, that was really, really... I didn't see that one coming. Did anybody? 1 minute, His Excellency, the late Magufuli, was just being himself, you know, being the strong Pan-Africanist that he is. Next thing we're hearing, he's hospitalized, but no one is giving us real info. Next thing we know, a week later, he's gone. And the next thing we know, boom, we have East Africa's first female president. A lot be going on. Of course, the conspiracy theorists jumped into that one, but I will not. I just want to say, you know, we're with you in spirit, Tanzania. It's not going to be an easy transition, but you're making it look like it could be easy. And just seeing how the new commander-in-chief in Tanzania has been welcomed into the fold. I expected the females in my East African region to look at this and go like, inspired? Anyway, that happened down in Tanzania. Anyway, I felt like today was just one of those episodes that are just me rumbling because there's too much going on. If we're being honest, there's so much going on that I could speak on, but I feel like I'm not in the right mental space. Like I need some good vibes. My country just doesn't give good vibes. We need a relationship therapist for us. Anyway, I am going to go back into hibernation, and I wanted to let y'all know that officially I think these random thoughts are going to be getting a podcast anytime soon, and it will be a daily podcast. So yay, we've been working. I will be letting you know when I'm actually going to be putting it up and on what platform it's going to be at. So yeah, it's going to be a daily Sabula Bigo for us. In every avenue, we're going to talk about everything and anything and all the conversations that nobody wants to talk about. Oh yeah, I'll talk about them because yeah, I'm entitled to randomly think. For now though, it's been good. I'll catch you on the flip side. I know you're going to get these videos in 2 parts. We're trying to see how to work around the 1 hour situation that y'all keep complaining about. But hey, my name is Tina Fierce One from me and the team. Peace.